I met a nice guy in Candelo who advised me to take a ride around down to Tathra and follow the coast up from Tathra up to Bermagui, which was awesome. Some beautiful places, and the water is so clean. People are very friendly. Everybody says good day. So yeah, that was good. Took some videos and pics, and I'll be showing it in this video. So in Bermagui I spent probably half a day, and I've managed to book a caravan site or camper site at a place called Lake Wagala. Let me just check. Well, yeah, Lake Walaga, and stayed there for 2 nights. And then I drove to Naruma. I didn't spend long there though, because campsites were a bit too expensive. So I decided to drive up to a place called Biwong, which is just outside a little town called Panella. At Biwong is just a rest area, a campsite rest area for about 6-8 vehicles that national parks set aside in some places. So I stayed there overnight, and then the next morning I went into Bodella, which is just a beautiful, quaint country town. You know, old buildings, beautiful pub, real quaint, quirky. Even got a hippie shop there with all tie-dyed clothes around. So after Bodella, I jumped in the van and I drove to Bateman's Bay, and spent the day there, and managed to book a campsite on I think it's called the Clyde River. It's right on the river. The only problem is very steep, unsealed gravel roads. And when I got to the camp the night, I was very nervous about the next day trying to get out of there, because it had been raining a few days before, and everywhere in New South Wales or southern New South Wales, ground is just soaked. Even when it's sunny, it doesn't dry out. It's just soaked. Everywhere you camp, you know, people get stuck. And actual fact, I'm in a place called Tathra now, and I'm stuck at the showgrounds here. So I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow morning for one of the guys to go and pull me out. So next morning I woke up, had a coffee, and jumped in the van, prayed to my mum, and started driving. And boy, it was touch and go. Oh, I could feel the wheels spinning in certain places, and I'm thinking, if I go over the side here, I'm done for, because there's no way the van will get out. They'll have to tow it out. And I left there, and where did I go to then? So I left and I went to Ulladulla, which I wasn't very impressed with. Maybe it was because it was getting dark and I couldn't see anything, but I couldn't find accommodation. They don't have free camping areas or like showgrounds where, or not that I know of, where you could pay, you pay like between $10 and $20 for a night. So I drove to Biwong, which is on the Princess Highway. It's a rest stop opposite the fuel station, and I slept there for the night. The next night, after a bit of a restless night with all the trucks, I drove to Berry and stayed at the showgrounds there. There too, it was really, real mushy, and a lot of people who were complaining about, the campsite not having concrete slabs. But I was okay. I got out, and then I spent the night there. And the next morning, I went into town, got a coffee, had a walk around, took some pictures, and then I drove from Berry to Kiama because I needed to get to Mossvale, and because I think there's a road that's closed going directly there, so I had to go to Kiama or Kiama, and from Kiama across to Robertson and Mossvale. And I stopped in Mossvale for a few hours, just stretched my legs, had a bit of a walk, replenished my wine, and then took off for a rest stop at on the Hume Highway at 45 kilometers outside Goulburn, and spent the night there. So anyway, this morning when I woke up, that was last night. This morning when I woke up, there was a guy with a truck and a trailer, just a small one. Had some hay on it, but the trailer was empty and he was busy on the wheel. And I went and asked him if he needs any help. And now he's okay, he'll do it, blah, blah, blah. And we had a bit of a chat. And he turns around and he says to me, "Do you want to fool around?" And I looked at this guy and I said, "What the fuck?" So I said, No, mate, no, I'm not that way, I don't know what, or you are. You look straight, but, And he said, yeah, that's all right. And anyway, I got out of there. I drove to a place called Maryland, and had breakfast there, beautiful breakfast. And after that, I had a roundabout drive to this place, which is actually called Taralga. And I'm staying here tonight. So tomorrow, I'm probably going to head towards Oberon and Bathurst area, that way. So I'll keep you posted in the next week or so.